Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play? I didn't even want to talk about this. But the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old, and it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well, and he only released what she was saying.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this is right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who is targeting Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets.
Why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to?
The entire situation of Shannon Sharpe being sued for $50 million has become even more strange. Katt Williams is now asserting that he made an effort to warn Shannon of the likelihood of this same occurrence, but Shannon did not want to hear it though. Katt sincerely cautioned Shannon during his appearance on Club Shay Shay last year that being a black man in the industry and behaving irrationally without self-respect and lacking self-discipline regarding his sleeping behaviors could backfire.
It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TGJ, any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I have nothing on with you.
Amen, amen.
I kind of moved it on there.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why did he get blackballed?
Yeah.
Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. Something you wasn't supposed to be doing.
You don't tell it.
Now let us advance to the present. An OnlyFans model has filed a complex lawsuit against Shannon claiming that he did some extremely indecent things to her when she was 19 and he was 54. And here's the thing. Shannon acknowledged playing racial games with this woman. Fans are now casting a skeptical eye on Shannon, claiming that he may have simply mishandled his finances over his odd habits and depraved fantasies.
We didn't make it about race. Shannon Sharpe did when he started going to find 19-year-old girls and training them how to degrade him racially in the bedroom. When he continued a relationship with somebody that was talking about she wanted his black baby gravy and wanted him to put a big black baby in her. And that's just the text messages that he released. So I know it's some more nasty, weirdo stuff in there beyond that. That's what he felt safe to.
This is where it becomes even more significant though. Coincidentally, this case was filed just as Shannon was prepared to clinch a $100 million media deal. Moreover, there were rumors a few months ago that he was attempting to interview Katt Williams for a sequel of Club Shay.
Left career-ending knockout blows out of his Club Shay Shay interview.
If you think about everything he said that was going to happen, it came true. And the fact that he's saying, I held back a little bit, he probably had stuff on people and he just used jabs instead of throwing that haymaker.
There's a possibility that you might hear the haymakers.
People are now making connections and wondering whether Shannon's lawsuit is a coincidence or if the gatekeepers are silencing him for promoting someone like Katt. What, however, did Katt say about Shannon's downfall? Was it true that Shannon ignored Katt's warnings that the gatekeepers would use his personal flaws against him? Let us break this down.
Liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer's over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still gonna be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked.
After the recent outrageous development in the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit, it appears that Katt Williams foresaw the entire circumstance months ago. Katt reportedly tried to advise Shannon to tighten his inner circle, clean up his behavior, and stop giving the powers that be ammunition to destroy him. However, Shannon decided not to listen, and now everything is happening exactly as Katt forecasted. The most ludicrous part comes next. In case you missed it, on Sunday, April 20th, Jane Doe had filed a grave complaint against Shannon in Nevada, alleging that he had repeatedly assaulted her throughout their relationship, which supposedly began when they met at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023.
named the Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs with dozens of civil lawsuits on behalf of John and Jane Does allegedly victimized by the music mogul, has a new target in his sights: NFL legend Shannon Sharpe. A brand new lawsuit was just filed in Nevada claiming Sharpe was manipulative and eventually a Jane Doe, with the latest claims allegedly happening as recently.
Tony Busby, a Houston-based lawyer who recently made headlines for bringing numerous lawsuits on behalf of Diddy's alleged victims and even attempting to sue Jay-Z, is Jane Doe's attorney. Jane Doe alleges in her complaint against Shannon that things went really dark during their brief relationship. She claims it started off consensual but quickly turned. She claims that Shannon met her in 2023 when she was only 19 and he was 54. He immediately pursued her until she agreed to date him. However, Jane Doe alleges that Shannon began treating her like an object after they started having casual relationships. The lawsuit also asserts that Shannon somehow managed to get into Jane Doe's apartment complex without her knowledge or consent. It gets crazier though. According to Jane Doe, there was a firearm nearby that she could clearly see throughout the incident when Shannon reportedly lost control on her. According to the lawsuit, Jane Doe then goes on to claim that she tried to distance herself from Shannon after that viral IG Live moment last September when he accidentally streamed live while with another woman named Michelle. However, Jane Doe claims that Shannon persisted in pursuing her. Additionally, she asserts that while she was crying on October 6, 2024, Shannon restrained her and had her perform an act on him using his mouth. The alleged assault did not end there. After this act, she says Shannon assaulted her again. Additionally, there was another instance during an alleged event in January 2025. According to the lawsuit, Shannon Sharpe isn't just a sports legend. He's something far worse. He is a defective, egocentric person who has spent years utilizing his fame, influence, and power to dominate, control, subjugate, and choke women. With this lawsuit, the plaintiff aims to put a stop to this horrific behavior. Jane Doe is demanding $50 million in damages and a jury trial. In response to the complaint, Shannon issued a comment on social media through his lawyer Lanny Davis as soon as it was made public. He also revealed Jane Doe's identity in that statement, stating that she is Gabriella Zuniga, a fairly popular figure on the internet, particularly on OnlyFans and Instagram, where she uses the handle Carly. This is where it becomes even more peculiar though. In addition to denying that the relationship was non-consensual, Shannon's testimony included some somewhat explicit text exchanges. He claims the problem is that these messages actually worsened Shannon's situation rather than improving it. Fans were already harshly criticizing him for engaging with a 19-year-old at his mature age. And now they are ridiculing him even more after discovering that he also enjoys race play. According to a statement from Shannon's attorney, Zuniga's lawsuit is a blatant and cynical effort to extort Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars, also adding that the suit is full of falsehoods, distortions, and misrepresentations and it will not prevail in turning a consensual encounter into a non-consensual one. Is allegedly going to unveil a videotape of Shannon and Zuniga. Shannon claims that everything that occurred between him and Zuniga was a part of a mutual interaction, but it is evident that he is attempting to push the narrative, sensual adult relationship that Zuniga explicitly desired involving role-playing sexual jargon and fantasy scenarios. Additionally, Shannon's lawyer stated, Mr. Sharpe unequivocally denies all accusations of coercion or misconduct, especially the blatant falsehood of rape, and will not yield to what he views as an outrageous attempt at extortion. Regarding the audio tape that Jane Doe released publicly, Shannon's lawyers are now asserting that Zuniga heavily edited the clip to make it seem much worse than it truly was.
Everything I say, you're just gonna get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not looking at your body.
what? What does that even mean?
You have to get it. You want to be able to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
I don't know that mercy. If you said that one more time, I'm going to choke you out of you when I see you.
Well, I don't want to be true.
my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Gen Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a hearsay that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it or I wouldn't myself. You know what happened and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do.
But afterward things became even more turbulent. Shannon really offered Zuniga at least $10 million earlier this year to make the whole issue vanish, as Shannon's own attorney had to concede. So while Shannon is accusing Zuniga of fabricating, he also offered her $10 million to conclude the entire situation. Why not instantly file a defamation lawsuit rather than paying to silence her if it is all a falsehood? Naturally, Tony Busby replied immediately, stating that Shannon's attempt to muzzle his accuser only demonstrates his fear that she possessed credible evidence against him. On Instagram, Busby posted, "On one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his lawyers asserted that the case filed by Jane Doe is meritless, yet on the other hand they now have revealed that Mr. Sharpe offered Jane Doe $10 million in writing not to initiate her lawsuit. That is a factual statement. Jane Doe was in fact proposed $10 million to settle but declined that offer, opting instead to proceed with litigation. Sharpe's team is now attempting to discredit and expose her. Sharpe and his team are now, as predicted, also attacking me. We are not going to be discouraged by these methods." Just when you thought matters could not become any odder, there were whispers that Katt Williams had made several efforts to forewarn Shannon about his reckless behavior and lack of self-discipline. Katt reportedly notified Shannon that the individuals in control could exploit his personal choices to ruin him. As you can see, Shannon has been the subject of various shady accusations over the years, including claims that he leaked his own intimate recording to suppress speculations and that he was on the DL. At the age of nearly 60, Shannon was out there behaving completely recklessly. Supporters are also indicating that Shannon gave them something to aim at, even if he did not commit any wrongdoing, and the industry went after him as a form of retribution. Nobody made him engage with race play or get involved with a 19-year-old at his age. Therefore, Shannon made himself an easy target by lacking integrity and restraint, even if he was victimized. One admirer remarked, "The more that emerges about the Shannon Sharpe situation, the more I'm looking at Shannon Sharpe sideways. Man is a damn weirdo fooling with a 19-year-old at 54 years old and into race play." Ernest Owens, an award-winning journalist, also condemned Shannon, writing, "A 54-year-old black man was engaging in race play with a 19-year-old white girl. I'm not supporting Shannon Sharpe. Period. The end. It's lawful but it's also revolting." Someone else also stated repeatedly, Shannon Sharpe just continues to validate Katt Williams' point with the "you have an unnatural allegiance to losers" comment. Let us hear your views on the matter though. Are the higher-ups truly punishing Shannon Sharpe for elevating folks like Katt Williams on the platform, and do you believe that his reckless and wild behaviors caused him to mismanage his own fortune? Please leave a comment below. Do not forget to watch the next